Hi guys, my name is Rachel, content creator for international students and newcomers to Canada, and I'm currently at Simon Fraser University at their main campus located in Burnaby. Today's video, I'm going to talk about the 3 Ps that I think will serve as guidance on your journey to study in Canada as an international student. Those 3 Ps are purpose, plan, and perseverance. With travel flights picking up, schools reopening, and the weather getting nicer, and pretty much everything simmering back to normalcy, I thought it'd be nice to offer a little bit of guidance for those thinking of studying here. But before we get into all of that, let's talk about another P, which is I kind of need a little bit of a perk me up, so let's grab some coffee. Okay guys, so right behind me is Tim Hortons, which is by far mine, and I think everyone in Canada's favorite breakfast and coffee place. So let's grab a quick bite inside.
Hey Rach,
Yeah.
what's happening now?
I think we were supposed to talk about the 3 Ps, right?
And?
Okay, so let's start with the first P, which is all about plan, purpose. So the first P is purpose. Purpose is the reason you're moving to Canada. So ask yourself, why are you moving to Canada? Some people may have short-term goals, but for most of you watching, will have long-term goals. For example, some of you may just want to experience studying abroad to get a degree that makes you more competitive in the job market back home. But others may actually want to go through the process of studying, working, and eventually permanently settling in Canada. Once you determine which bucket you fall under, then it will be easier to determine the actionable steps to get there. Because if you don't have a clear direction now, the adjustment may be harder later on. Take my case for example. I was 22 years old when I decided to study in Canada. But back then, I didn't really know my purpose. I just wanted to experience a new setting, like snow, good food, exploring the parks, and perhaps bumping into Justin Bieber. Honestly, I just liked the idea of living abroad. So in terms of purpose, it was more like, I'll figure it out when I get there. And as such, I ended up choosing a 1-year program. Midway through, I decided I wanted to stay here. However, the decisions I made previously were not aligned to my current purpose, and this put me in a difficult spot. My purpose changed, causing me to scramble, and now I had to figure out a way to stay in Canada. Luck definitely played a factor, but you shouldn't be solely relying on luck to achieve your purpose. So although I managed to get over that hump, and to some of you, my success story is inspiring, I don't want you to romanticize the idea that getting PR via a 1-year program as being easy, because it's not. And I feel the need to tell you this because I want you to set a goal, have a clear direction, which all starts with finding your purpose. Now the next P we have is plan. This makes sense because after you figure out what you want to do, you need to figure out a way to get there. So before coming to Canada to study, you have to plan for these 2 things. One is applying to a school, and the other is applying for a study permit. Under applying to a school, you need to research your schools and programs. This includes finding out when the semester starts, when the school application deadlines are, how much it costs to go to the school, and how much it costs to live there. Another important factor to consider is ensuring that the school you choose is a designated learning institution and that the program you choose is PGWP eligible. You'll also need to show your academic transcript and certificates, and most likely need an English proficiency test as well. So once you have all of that outlined, you are now ready to submit your school application or several school applications. So the next step is applying for your study permit. You can only get here after you received a letter of acceptance. So here are some important things to consider at this stage. Immigration application forms, supporting documents such as passport, bank statements, or letter of explanation. There are also processing times and application fees that you may need to be aware of. Once you have everything prepared, you can then submit your study permit application. And assuming you get approved, there are other considerations, especially if you have long-term goals in Canada. This could be figuring out finances for your entire stay, or finding a skilled job after graduation, or predetermining if you are a competitive candidate for the Express Entry program or other PR programs. The main takeaway is to plan so you can minimize major hiccups along the way. Now, even if you have a concrete plan, let's face it, shit happens. The journey to Canada, after all, isn't a straight line, but it's made up of several squiggly lines. There will be a lot of detours, speed bumps, and roadblocks along the way. But this brings me to my final point, which is all about perseverance. For me, perseverance is choosing to push forward regardless of the obstacle or outcome. So let's take my immigration experience as an example again. My 1-year postgrad work permit ended. That meant I could not work anymore. My CRS score was not high enough to be selected for PR, so I stayed here on a visitor visa, and all of this was happening in the thick of COVID. Given these challenges, I could have accepted defeat and flown back home, but I hunkered down, weathered the storm, and eventually got my invitation to apply for PR. Perseverance. But guys, perseverance may not look the same to all. Perseverance could mean that I wasn't selected for PR and began my life back in the Philippines. In this sense, perseverance meant that I tried my best, exhausted all my options, and found out that life had different plans. And you know what? That's okay. Because without perseverance, I would not know how close I could have been to my original purpose. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, if there is one thing to take away from this point, is that it's to try. Because only by trying, you'll know. Anyway, that's it. That's all I have for today. I hope my personal insights and reflections give you a sense of clarity and help you build more confidence as you embark on your journey. Thank you so much for watching. Be safe and be kind. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.